Is this me? I can't tell.
What's up? I have not an album review. I have a concert review. Wow. We haven't done one of these in a long time, and that is completely true. We haven't. So we haven't went to as many shows this year as we have even last year. I'm not saying that we've went to like none, but we've been to much less than previous years. So let's see, I went to Summer Slaughter 2015, and the day after I had surgery, so I was like, this isn't going to happen. We went and saw Epica and Helveti in September, and that was during a weekday. We had to work. It's just, staying up until 2 in the morning and then having to get up 4 hours later isn't fun. So, yeah. That's part of the reason why there's been a lack of concert reviews. One, we haven't went to many, and two, the situations when we go to the shows just might not be ideal sometimes. But we're gonna try whenever we do it. Like right now, I saw Cannibal Corpse, I saw Cattle Decapitation, Soreption, and a local band called March to Victory at the Reverb in Reading, Pennsylvania. I've seen all these bands except Soreption. This is my third time seeing Cattle Decapitation, and my second time seeing March to Victory and Cannibal Corpse. I mostly went for Cannibal Corpse because I haven't seen them since Summer Slaughter 2012 when Torture came out, and they did a tour with Misery Index that I missed. They did a tour with Our Penance that I missed. Maybe they were on the same tour. I don't know. Whatever. And then they did that massive tour with Behemoth that I so badly wanted to go to, but it snowed that date. Snow has completely fucked me in the ass the last 2 years. Quick story, if you don't know. March 2014, I was supposed to see Dark Tranquillity and Omnium Gatherum. Ice storm. Can't make it. I'm not driving an hour and a half in ice. February 2nd, 2015. I'm supposed to see Dark Tranquillity and Insomnium. Ice storm. Fuck you. Man. Pissed off, man. Could have seen Omnium Gatherum and Insomnium and Dark Tranquillity now. Depressing. I'll never let that go. Fuck Mother Nature. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. March to Victory, they're a death metal band that's local to me, and they're a fairly good fucking band. I saw them open up for Iced Earth, kind of a weird combination, death metal and Iced Earth. March to Victory is pretty good. They've had some lineup changes, and their singer's pretty good. He's a big fucking dude, but he really has some power in his voice. Their guitar player, their lead guitarist is top fucking notch in terms of solos. I thought their songs were pretty solid. They played a cover of The Philosopher by Death, which I thought was pretty alright. It played kind of fast, but it was really good. And also the singer's high screams are very strange. They're very weird. I don't know. But, they were alright. I highly suggest, if you're into death metal and you're into more underground, unsigned bands, check out March to Victory. There might be something there for you. Next was Soreption. I've only heard a handful of Soreption songs, and to be honest with you, none of them really impressed me, and they didn't really impress me live. I found them quite boring, to be honest with you. That type of style of technical death metal is super fucking boring to me where it's just super shreddy and just, I don't know. And I was not digging their sound. Their sound sounded just so mechanical and so not heavy and so fucking weird, man. I just don't, I don't know, something about their guitar sound that I was just not digging. The vocals were pretty on point. They were alright. and the bass player I thought was phenomenal. Overall, they just didn't really have any hooks that caught me. Sorry. I mean, I'm sure they're an alright band when you're into them, if that's your sort of thing. Just not for me. So yeah, Decapitation was next, and they blew the shit off of the place. When I saw them at Summer Slaughter, that was the best performance I've seen from them. This is the best performance I've seen from them now, by far. I mean, they played for probably a good 45 minutes. It was mostly songs. It was pretty much all songs off of the Anthropocene, Extinction, and Monolith of Inhumanity, which is fine with me. Those are two damn near perfect albums. They played Forced Gender Reassignment, Living, Breathing Piece of Defecating Meat. They ended with Kingdom of Tyrants, which I thought was awesome. Let's see, what else did they play? Manufactured Extinct, Prophets of Loss, Mammals of Babylon, Pacific Rim, which is awesome. That's a good song. Overall, a very solid set list. I mean, Travis Ryan, when I first saw Cattle Decapitation Summer Slaughter 2013, I thought they sucked. I was not digging them, and I was not digging Travis Ryan. But the past two performances I've seen of them in the past 2 months, he's been on point. He's very entertaining to watch, very expressive on stage, and just his vocals are just so ear-shattering, and just especially his cleans, his singing stuff, whatever you want to call it. Live is just like, damn, and it sounds on point. It's really good. And then when he does, more the guttural lows and just the beastly vocals, it's just completely destroys you. They are a loud band. They take no shits. They're just a entertaining band to watch. I mean, I really think everybody owes it to themselves to see Cattle Decapitation sometime. I mean, man, what a solid performance the whole time. I mean, you could tell. I mean, everybody was really there for Cattle Decapitation and Cannibal Corpse. I mean, the crowd just went fucking nuts when Cattle Decapitation finally came on, and I mean, they deserve it, man. I mean, I thought their guitar playing was on point. Their drummer is fucking insane. I listened to their album and I'm like, damn, their drums are insane. But then you watch it live and it's like, wow. It's incredible to watch. And I just really think overall they put on a really good performance. They played a solid set. I finally got to hear some songs that I've never heard from them before live, and that's cool. So yeah, I mean, go see Cattle Decapitation, man. And finally, Cannibal Corpse. It's fucking Cannibal Corpse, dude. Oh, man, I just got so... There was like a rush going through my body when they came on stage. I was like, finally seeing these guys again. I wanted to see them so bad. It's just, there's some bands out there that have so many incredible albums that you just want to see them over and over and over again for the chance that they might play something that you've never heard before live. Cannibal Corpse is one of those bands to me. Other bands that falls in that category to me is like Opeth, Iron Maiden, bands like that. Killswitch Engage, Trivium, in my opinion, of course. But Cannibal Corpse is definitely there, man. I mean, they played a phenomenal set list, man. They played 17 songs, which is killer. They opened up with Scourge of Iron from Torture. They played at least one song off of every album, basically. Some multiple off of a couple albums. But they opened up with Scourge of Iron, and that, what an incredible opening song, man. When that chuggy guitar verse riff kicks in, my God, it just completely kills you and just completely smashes your face in. No pun intended. Holy hell, it's so fucking heavy, and to look around and see just hundreds of people just headbanging, synchronized, it's fucking awesome, man. I mean, Oh man, they were really good. They had, in my opinion, a very flawless mix with their sound. They were, very loud, just loud enough, but they had just amount of vocal for George, Corpse Grinder, Fisher, and then just amount of guitar and drums. Everything was perfect, man. You can tell these guys are veterans with that type of mix and with the just tight performance that they have, and it's fantastic. Let's see, what else did they fucking play? Spoilers if you're going to go see Cannibal Corpse and you don't know one of the set list. They did play. They played 3 new songs: Ice Pick Lobotomy, which I didn't expect to hear. Sadistic, what's it called? Sadistic Embodiment, and Killer Become. And I felt like those songs went over really well live. I thought they sounded phenomenal live, but I felt like Cannibal Corpse almost didn't want to play them. They were kind of like, now we're going to play some new songs. And they just blew through all 3 of them. I'm like, and they sounded great. They were on point, but I'm like, man, I mean, I thought A Skeletal Domain is one of the best Cannibal Corpse albums they've ever done. And I would think that you would be very proud of that and want to play a lot of songs off of that. But I mean, whatever, man. I mean, I kind of want to hear High Velocity Impact Splatter because that song is incredible, and I want to hear the title track. But these 3 songs are phenomenal as well. Killer Become especially, very well goes over live. I mean, those songs were phenomenal. They also played Dormant Bodies Bursting off of Gore Obsessed, which I didn't expect to hear that at all. That was cool. And of course they played like I Come Blood, Hammer Smashed Face, Stripped, Raped, and Strangled, the classic songs there. Now, hearing those songs always go over well. Another old song that I didn't expect to hear was A Skull Full of Maggots off of Eaten Back to Life. They also played Devoured by Vermin, which is awesome. Unleashing the Bloodthirsty, The Wretched Spawn, and then Disposal of the Body off of Gallery of Suicide. Fucking solid set list. I mean, that's not every song, but lots of very unexpected songs, in my opinion. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, Corpse Grinder. His vocals just completely destroy you live. And sometimes it's kind of weird because he kind of bleeds things together, bleeds words together, and doesn't really say the word. He just says the sound, the noise, or whatever. It kind of reminds me, don't take this the wrong way, but it reminds me of Vincent Bennett of the Acacia Strain. I'm not saying those 2 bands are related, but those 2, Corpse Grinder and Vincent Bennett, completely don't say words. They just say the sound, and hopefully you know the words. I would say Vincent Bennett worse than Corpse Grinder, but you know what I mean. But there were some points when he was singing, and I just felt my ears just go, like it just completely destroys you, and it's so overpowering, and it's pretty rad though. I mean, I think he's a great vocalist live. I mean, Cannibal Corpse on record is insane. They're just completely chaotic, and they're heavy, and they're awesome, but I feel you have to see them live. They're a completely different band live, in my opinion. They feel very unleashed live, very to the point performance. That's how it was I saw them the first time. That's how it is now. Very to the point. Let's just play our music. We're not going to talk a lot. Shout out to the dude with the dick that was just holding up a dick. That's cool. And only at a Cannibal Corpse will the crowd, only at a Cannibal Corpse show will you ever hear the crowd cheer when the vocalist goes, "This next song is about shooting blood out of your cock." And then everyone goes, "Yeah!" Only at a Cannibal Corpse show. It's pretty funny. Also, I saw people dancing to Cannibal Corpse. I'm not saying moshing. I'm not saying like hardcore dancing. I'm talking like dancing like. was like, alright. Never thought I'd see that before in my life. That's all I have to say. Cannibal Corpse was great. Decapitation was great. Soreption was alright. Whatever. March of Victory was pretty cool. Check out all those bands. Let me know if you've seen these bands. Let me know if you want to see these bands. Let me know if you're going to go see this exact tour. See you guys later.